camera in the way, or is it?
No, that's fine.
That's all right, there, is it? Right.
So, and then you can move it around a little bit.
Right. Okay, then do you want to go back beside your bride? And can I ask that everyone please be standing for Garry and Tracey? On the right-hand side, traditional greenhouse certificate. If any Tracey would be sold, do so with your right hand. I take it the left-handed may not put your head up. All right, try to walk in slowly and then we'll get you on the video. Okay, we'd all like to take your seats, thank you. And the rings? Thanks.
We'll do that. I'll put the camera back.
Thank you.
I think I've done this before, haven't you? Last Friday with my daughter.
There we go. Are you managing all right? Good. Right. You ready to begin?
Yes.
Right. Well, a very good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jill Sloan. I'm an assistant registrar appointed by the General Registrar for Scotland. I'm here today to solemnise your marriage in accordance with the provisions of the Marriage Scotland Act 1977. Introductions aside, we now come to the part of the day you've been waiting for, your wedding ceremony. So on behalf of Garry and Tracey, may I extend a very warm welcome to you all to this lovely venue, the Annandale Suite at Gretna Registration Office, where we join with them for their wedding ceremony. Through their vows, they make a commitment to each other. Through your presence, you're expressing your support for them. For Garry and for Tracey, getting married today is confirmation of the love, respect and friendship that they have for each other. They've chosen to affirm their relationship by making a formal and a public pledge and offering each other the security that comes from legally binding vows, which is sincerely made and faithfully kept. So before I can proceed further with your marriage today, it's necessary you both identify yourselves by answering the following questions. Are you Garry Robert Whittington?
I am.
Thank you. Are you Tracey Rowe?
I am.
Thank you. So we're now gathered here in order that I may solemnise your marriage in the presence of your witnesses, Deanne and Richard, and I can confirm that in accordance with the law of Scotland, the requirements of that law prior to today's ceremony have been satisfied. So, for you, Garry, and you, Tracey, are joined in matrimony. It's my duty to remind you of the binding character of the vows you're both about to make. Marriage, according to the law of this country, is the union of one man with one woman, voluntarily entered into a life to the exclusion of all others. So now require you make a declaration accepting each other as husband and wife. If you both stand, please, and turn and face each other. Garry, if you take Tracey's right hand with your right hand, just look to each other at your special time. I'm going to begin with the legal declaration. If you just please repeat after me. I, Garry Robert Whittington,
I, Garry Robert Whittington,
solemnly and sincerely declare
solemnly and sincerely declare
that I know
that I know
of no legal impediment
of no legal impediment
to my marrying Tracey Rowe.
to my Garry and Tracey Rowe.
Thank you, your turn now, Tracey. I, Tracey Rowe,
I, Tracey Rowe,
solemnly and sincerely declare
solemnly and sincerely declare
that I know
that I
of no legal impediment
am legally independent
to To my marrying Garry Robert Whittington.
To my marrying Garry Robert Whittington.
Thank you. That was your legal declaration. You're now about to make your vows. So would you hold both hands now, please, and continue to look to each other. Again, I'm going to begin with you, Garry. I, Garry, accept you, Tracey,
I, Garry, accept you, Tracey,
as my lawful wedded wife,
as my lawful wedded wife,
to have and to hold,
to have and to hold,
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
for better, for worse,
for better, for worse,
for richer, for poorer,
for richer, for poorer,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
to love and to cherish,
to love and to cherish,
to the exclusion of all others,
to the exclusion of all others,
for as long as we both shall live.
for as long as we both shall live.
Thank you, so turn that, Tracey. I, Tracey, accept you, Garry,
I, Tracey, accept you, Garry,
as my lawful wedded husband,
as my lawful wedded husband,
to have and to hold,
to have and to hold,
from this day forward,
this day forward,
for better, for worse,
better, for worse,
for richer, for poorer,
for richer, for poorer,
in sickness and in health,
sickness and for health,
to love and to cherish,
to love and to cherish,
to the exclusion of all others,
to exclusion of all others,
for as long as we both shall live.
as long as we both shall live.
Thank you. Both now like to turn this way, then. Garry, Tracey, you're now going to exchange rings, this being the traditional way of sealing the vows you've both just made. There you go, you know which finger, don't you? You'd like to say the following when you're placing it on her finger. Tracey,
Tracey,
I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a token
as a token,
of my love and commitment.
as my love and commitment.
Tracey, if you'd respond by saying, Garry,
Garry,
I accept this ring
I accept this ring
as a symbol of our marriage.
as a symbol of our marriage.
That's lovely. Okay. Garry,
Garry,
I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a token
as a token
of my love and commitment.
of my love and commitment.
Garry, if you just begin by saying, Tracey,
Tracey,
I accept this ring
I accept this ring
as a symbol of our marriage.
as a symbol of our marriage.
You both turn this way, thank you. Garry, Tracey, you have today made the declarations which are prescribed by law. You have made a solemn and a binding contract with each other. May you always love each other, cherish each other, respect each other. May you live full, rich lives together, and nothing ever part you.
Thank you.
Now, by virtue of the declarations made by both of you in my presence and in the presence of your witnesses, Leanne and Richard, it gives me great pleasure and a privilege to pronounce you husband and wife. You
Thank
may
you very
kiss
much.
your wife. Please welcome Mr.